What up, everyone? This is the Ragsdale's channel. We out here for another one. Cracking seeds, all that. We're gonna talk about this young man named Carmelo Anthony, not the basketball player, and then a pew pew that happened. Um, it's a means of starting a discussion, a much needed discussion, and you guys tap in with whatever you need to, whatever comment, whatever any thought that you have, opinions, all welcome. And I think there's a link in the bio, right?
Oh yeah, let me
To
put it in
join.
there. Yep.
Yeah, there's a link if you want to join the panel, show your face or speak your voice. You don't have to show your face, but it's preferred. But you don't have to if you do join the panel. So yeah.
If you would like to hit this link, join the panel, or you can just simply just put your question in the comment section, and we add your question up on the panel, and we read it and we answer your questions. Tonight it's supposed to be Ask Uncle Kurt, but tonight it's gonna be Ass Punching. Uncle Kurt will be joining us later, and we're praying for. Look, yours truly just decided to join us.
What up, y'all? What up? Y'all hit that subscribe, hit that like. Y'all get the subscribers. What up, fam? Y'all support this. Say we got a lot going on in this nation. Hey, big up the Big Moose got a driver's license.
Big news.
Hey,
Do it big.
Yeah.
Don't do it for nobody.
hey.
Do it for yourself. Follow God. You're going to do big things. Your steps are ordered by God. Follow him. Don't follow nobody else. They steps are not yours. Do what God thus says the Lord for you. Already.
Amen.
All right. You go and take over, Clint.
All right, yeah. This is the young man, right?
Yeah, the one at Wilma Hutchins High School.
Right. Okay. I can't see it. Could you zoom in?
Oh, I don't know how to zoom in on that. Hold on.
Oh, there it is. 17-year-old Tracy Hayes speaks out after shooting 5 students at Wilma Hutchins High School. That's right around the corner for me
Yeah.
in
Hang
Dallas. You said what?
No, go ahead. Finish reading. I was speaking.
Yeah. In Dallas. Yeah.
So we are going to show this video that was sent to me by one of our viewers and the lady that's normally on our panel. Shout out to Keisha. I don't know where she at tonight, but she's supposed to be joining us. She sent us this Facebook video of this guy, Tracy Haynes, the one that
Ah,
did what?
no, I almost dropped my phone. Go ahead.
Tracy Haynes, the one that done the shooting at Wilma Hutchins High School in Dallas a couple of days ago. So this is him. I guess he must have been voicing his opinion about what happened. So we're going to view this, and then I also have a YouTube clipping of him turning himself in, and then we'll get to the Carmelo Anthony story next. So y'all hold on to what you got.
I'll be damned if one of us get buried again. I'm tired of us getting buried and nobody doing shit about it. My mama gone, my granny gone, everybody gone that I love. So I can't go. I can't go. I'd rather y'all see me like this, locked up, than y'all see me dead in the ground. And I know that's really what y'all, come on now. I know y'all don't want to see me dead. Come on now. What? Kill myself, but I know that's not what y'all want me to do. So let's be for real, y'all. I love y'all. This is my last time fuck around be seeing y'all. Last time talking to y'all. Excuse my language. But I love y'all. I know I was wrong for what I did. But I didn't want to do it. But I had to do it. I'll be damned if one of us get buried again. I'm tired of us getting buried and nobody doing shit about it. My mama gone. My granny gone. Everybody gone that I love. So I can't go. I can't go. I'd rather y'all see me like this, locked up, than y'all see me dead in the ground. And I know that's really what y'all, come on now. I know y'all don't want to see me dead.
You
Come
know
on
who he
now.
reminds me
God,
of?
what? Kill my.
Huh?
He reminds me of the rapper XXXTentacion. I
Uh-huh.
think we had him on one of the lit videos once.
Right.
Yeah, that's who his energy reminds me of.
Right. Man.
Mhm.
I mean, what y'all think about that? I guess he was kind of, I don't know. Dino, what you think about that? We got a Regina Easter. What you think about that? Get on there and hit that link, sister, and join the panel. But I don't know. I guess he was trying to say he didn't really want to do the shooting, but he had to. He just wasn't right. She said he was expressing his hurt.
Yeah, facts.
He said that one of the boys that he approached, whatever, was trying to approached him and said that they were gonna unalive him. So I guess he just went into the school, which was just, I don't know what he was thinking when he done that, but I guess he was just pretty much trying to show them that he wasn't no punk, which that's not the way to do it. And he would rather be in jail than to be out there on the streets or to unalive himself, which I don't know his logical thinking, but does he not know that the Mexican cartel is inside the prison? Because he shot
Mm,
Mexicans.
mm. Yeah, what happened? What was the story behind the whole thing?
So I'm gonna show y'all this video, so that way y'all can get the full details. And King G said he sounded disturbed. He does. Like something was really wrong with him. It's like he don't want to be here no more. You heard him say his mama ain't here no more, his granny ain't here no more, everybody he loved not here no more. So basically he just saying he don't want to be here no more. That's just what I got from it. I mean,
Nah, he's saying nah, he wasn't saying that. He was saying he's tired of the ending of lives with nothing happening. He was
nothing
really talking
happened.
about
Yeah, crashing out.
his people, like all of that stuff. He wasn't saying he was saying that like if people want him, people would rather see him going. And he was saying like, oh, okay, like if I felt the same way, I would have off myself already. That's
Mhm.
what he's saying.
So he pretty much talking about what he did was a crash out move.
Kinda, yeah. What I don't know the story though.
I'm
Like,
about to
what
show
was?
it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dino said, yes, that's true. Hopefully they don't hurt him. I know. I hope they don't. I hope they don't hurt him.
he'll be alright.
But we
Depending
don't.
on his case, schools.
Yeah. But here's the news clipping from him turning himself in, I think. Hold on.
Officials are giving students more time to decompress from Tuesday's shooting at Wilmer Hutchins High School.
The district just announced that classes will resume next Wednesday, and investigators have now identified the student who let the suspect in.
Cole Sullivan has new details on how Dallas ISD is working to prevent a security breach from happening again.
For the first time,
That's the young girl that let him in, y'all.
And the first seconds of the school lockdown. In this video, sources say is consistent with the shooting at Wilmer Hutchins High this week. Dallas ISD leaders say they don't know if they could have prevented it.
Sometimes when there's a will, there's a way, but it's our job to try to defeat that.
The district's police chief says every school door was locked from the outside. Another student let the suspect in Tuesday.
We can't go back to the days of chaining those doors and nobody can get out, nobody can get in.
Fire code, he says, prevents that. So for the rest of the school year, the district will post guards at all 13 entrances after the second shooting here in a year.
What would you say to parents who don't trust their students will be safe at the school?
Well, first of all, we recognize that feeling. We understand. But second, we've been working on these protocols continuously.
They say 17-year-old Tracy Haynes Jr., a Wilmer Hutchins student, spent 2 minutes inside.
What appears to be clear is that this was not random in terms of the intent.
But Haynes spent hours on the run. This man says he gave Haynes a ride.
I don't want any trouble. I thought I was just helping somebody out.
He didn't know Haynes was a school shooting suspect because police didn't say who they were looking for.
At the time, we did not feel that we needed to put out that information. Maybe it was slower, maybe it wasn't.
DISD says it's reviewing security before students return now next Wednesday. But the district says stopping future violence requires more than more security.
If we knew exactly how to solve this problem, we would solve it. It's going to take all of us.
In Dallas, I'm Cole Sullivan.
What?
I wonder why he did it. I don't know. Oh, the girl that let him in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She let him in.
Yeah.
And then sit there in the classroom laughing.
Mm-hmm.
When he started shooting. Did you see the gun with the extra clip? You see the extra?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I
They
wonder.
claimed that the gun jammed when he was point blank on one of the kids. He was in the gun jammed.
I want to know why he did
Sound like
it.
it jammed.
There's no excuses for it, but I just want to know why he did it.
No, he's not saying
Oh,
why.
he's not saying why?
He's just speculating why. Nobody is saying why. Let me find this video where he turned himself in. I thought that's the one that I had looked up. Hold on, y'all.
That woman says that it seems like there was intent,
Officials
but
are giving students
if
more
there's
time to
intent,
decompress.
then why? He just wanted to hit a few people, like, or was it targeted? Like, what
I think
was
it was
that? I mean,
targeted. He said
yeah,
that somebody
he
was.
had. Yeah, he
He
said
said that
he had to
somebody
do
was.
it.
Somebody was threatening him.
Uh-huh.
That's what he said.
Poor fella, man. Oh, no excuses either way.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. It probably goes both ways though. Like whoever was the target, they should have never done what they did, most likely. It's all bad. It's all bad.
Yeah.
All bad.
Okay, here's the video of him.
I want you to take a look at this video from social media journalist known as Smash the Topic. This is video of 17-year-old Tracy Haynes turning himself in last night. He is charged with aggravated assault mass shooting, and he has a $600,000 bond. According to court arrest
That's it?
documents, school surveillance cameras show an unidentified student let Haynes into an unsecured door at around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. The documents say Haynes walked the hallway until he spotted several other students in the hallway and started firing at those students, striking 5 of the boys. The documents say one student could not run, and Haynes approached that student and took a point-blank shot. The severity of those student injuries ranging from serious to non-life-threatening.
I don't know. Everything is conflicting. And then from what that said right there, it says that he deliberately looked for those boys.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
King Jesus he said they threatened his life. That's what he said in that clip, but they really didn't show him saying it, but they said he did say that they threatened his life, so he had to do it. Are we seeing the end of public education? Question for panel. Come on, Punchy. Are we seeing the end of public education?
That's a great question, honestly. We might be, but I don't know. It might be. It might be. I feel like it has to get more drastic. As drastic as it is already. I feel like the notch will get turned just a little bit more before they just completely cut out public education. They'll rather see more kids being hurt than take it that far yet. Because look at the laws on pew control. Like come on now. I live in Texas.
Okay, Dino said they passed the law for private vouchers for private school.
What's that? What
for private school vouchers? They probably did.
What does that mean though?
Everybody won't get it though. Like I can tell you like those
Private school
kids,
vouchers.
yeah, like those kids that are in trouble. Yeah, she said yes. So private school voucher. So what it is like tuition paid. Like you have to have probably certain grades to be able to qualify to get in there. No written notice. You can't have no referrals and stuff like that. I saw Trump saying something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they want the government to fund private schools, and that's where our taxpayer money is going to start going to instead of going to the public school system. I seen him; that was in his PAC 25 or whatever that is. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
defund the education system.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So would these vouchers have to be paid back or what?
Mm,
Or are they like grants?
probably grant,
I would hope so.
but every kid is not going to be able to get in there. That's just weeding. I'm just saying, it's just weeding out.
A little bit more segregation. Bring that back.
Yeah.
Bring back the segregation.
Know what, Dino? She said no. Know what?
It's not. You don't have to pay it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is modern day segregation. Pretty soon, a high school diploma will cost and be worth more than a degree. You right? Because they're going to start doing trades instead of college. In high school, they're already giving you a certification with a trade, so you can immediately go into the workforce. So, yep. People with a trade are getting jobs quicker than people with a diploma, with a college degree.
But hey, I mean, honestly, okay, so if it's coming from a place of betterment and wanting to better American society and the youth and education and all that, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it because I'm hearing that the American school system is way different than foreign school systems, and like honestly, the things that we have set up are a lot easier, but also I don't know. I mean, I've lived here my whole life. I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas. So I don't know, but I hear that our school systems are a lot easier than other places. And like if we're looking at China the way that we look at China, with Daddy Trump and everything, then like maybe he wants us to be more challenged and
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a politician. I don't know.
Look, school system here sucks.
Yeah.
Ever since the day that they stopped segregation, well, we were teaching our own children. That's the day that the school system start to suck. Because our kids were progressing very much more rapidly than any other race. We had more doctors, more lawyers, more everything. And they stopped that. They didn't want that. Morehouse College was pushing them out.
I don't know. That's before my time.
Pushing them out.
That's before my time. I don't know.
But these school shootings didn't look. Where did they get school shootings from? Who been doing school shooting? Okay, then.
Tasty Pirates?
I don't know what's going on with D-boy. They better
Yeah,
stop following that bandwagon.
it's very pasty piratey.
You go inside of a school. You right, King Jesus. Show right. You go inside of a school just to get your lick back. No, you don't do that. That's not what you do.
That'll make you a man. Put your hands up. These make you a man.
Follow their lead. Yes. That does not make you a man. Going inside of a school, being stupid because you want to be arrested. You could have caught him on the street. I'm against violence, people. I'm not telling you to go and be stupid on the streets. I'm just saying a school, that's not where you go and do stupid stuff like that. Because the person that you're aiming for, you're not going to get them. You're going to get the innocent before you get the person that you're aiming for.
Yep.
The scared person ain't going to let you get them. They running. All right. Now, our next topic is the Carmelo Anthony story. I don't know if y'all are up on game on that, but this was a young man that we covered his story last week that done the stabbing at the school track meet.
Right.
He's out of jail on bond. And I just want to get y'all's point of view about the story. King Jesus, what you think we should talk about? Give me a question.
Free my man's Mello.
Uh-oh. ASK UNK CURT.
Yes,
Welcome to the stage.
Woo, sorry, y'all. Man.
No, you good. You gotta take care of business.
Yeah, boy, it's been
She all right?
Yeah, you met Aunt Dot, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
My 91.
Yeah,
man. We got the news yesterday, breast cancer, man, and she hadn't been feeling good, like not going to the casino and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just. I'm glad I'm doing the work I'm doing because I think she knew to check herself and get checked.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing is the treatment on the 91-year-old body. But she still got all her own teeth, man. And her mama lived to be over 100. Her aunties lived to be 107, 108.
Okay.
So she probably looking at it like, hey, I want to live,
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's just fresh news. But yeah, man. It's like. So y'all, we comfortable with the Carmelo Anthony?
Yeah, that's the next topic. King Jesus said, "How much time should
Sensations on TikTok?"
You got what?
Oh, y'all live right now? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we already live. Yeah, we live.
Hey, girl. Oh man, sister girl. I'm sorry. I thought we was just talking, but yeah. I mean,
my sister said prayers for you.
What I think is gonna happen. Oh yeah, thank you, everybody. To me, it's gonna be just. I think it is gonna be voluntary manslaughter.
That's what I think.
And I think it'll be 10 years probation, no time served.
Yeah.
Conditional, deferred.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
So like if he deferred, he's once he finishes that, it'll be off his record.
Yeah, they may say you can't get in trouble for a certain amount of time,
Yeah,
but
I think that's fair.
I think according to how stringent they make because it's unfortunate, man.
Let me see. Give me some.
It was a fight. It was a fight where the smaller guy used the equalizer in his mind. People want to take the race thing out of it, but you can't do that, right? I think at the end of the day, this shouldn't even go to trial.
Yeah. He won't get a fair one, It's too publicized. He wouldn't get a fair trial.
Do y'all think this will go to trial?
I don't know. I mean, I'm okay. So the father of the boy that got stabbed, showed up at the press conference,
Right.
but it wasn't what they made it out to be. He was there in support of Carmelo Anthony.
Wow.
Oh wow.
He was there in support of them. And that's exactly what it was. It was not a knife, like they been saying that he had a knife. He did not have a knife. He had one of the cleat sharpeners that he pulled out of his bag, and that's what he done it with.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't intentionally trying to harm that boy. He just wanted them to get off of him. And Metcalf just so happened to be the first person that he hit.
Yeah.
Daddy was there. He talked to that family. He showed up at the press conference, and everybody was trying to make it. People want a race war so bad.
So bad. So bad.
This is not a black and white thing. It's not. It just so happened to be a black boy stab a white boy. It's not a black and white. It's not a race thing.
Y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. And y'all country folks, y'all will understand this.
Yeah.
If you take a herd of adolescent cows, female and male,
right,
you herd them together, you're going to see punching, kicking. You're going to be seeing some gang up on the other one and run them off from the herd. I'm just saying, teenage hormones, bro.
Yeah.
That don't know no color. That don't know no color. And it was an athletic event too. Testosterone jacked up. And I don't like the way that they portrayed it. From what I've heard, the reason why everybody was crowding up under the tents because it was severe weather.
Yeah.
So it didn't make no difference whose tent you would go up under. You trying to get out the rain.
Right.
And so I don't want to participate in the race thing because
no, I don't. I'm not for it. I'm not in that.
It's sad, right? One, his life has changed forever,
right?
And both families are affected. And at the end of the day, the young man, damn, can he make a mistake and not lose his life?
Yeah.
But mistakes and fights, it's no scrapbook to no direction book to altercation. Everybody wants to demonize the young men, both of them, depending on what side you're on. But what I'm saying is, can we just call it a bad situation?
Yeah.
And bad decisions by both parties?
Yeah.
Can we just leave it at that?
We should make a rule book. But what you just said, there should be a rule book on that. That's like common knowledge. Not just like opinions of like, oh no, that's not what I'm gonna do no, the actual rule book on like how to handle altercations.
Well, there is a rule book. It's the first thing your mama told you. Keep your hands to yourself.
See, that's the thing though. That's word of mouth. I want it written down for everyone to abide by.
It is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, go in that Bible. It's in there. Mind their own business. All of that. Everything that happened in this thing is in the Bible. You mind your own business. Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay.
You talking about a man-made rule book. That don't work. They don't even listen to the Bible. So they got laws. People don't abide by laws now. So what would a rule book do?
But if there's a rule book enabling a possible physical altercation, it'll be more because when we get feelings like last week, when we get that and then everyone forgets everything. Even with the feelings, you can go back to that book and be like, all right, so we got this issue. All right, then on Rule 3, Section 8, y'all go ahead and box. Y'all go ahead and box,
Holly.
and we see who wins. No weapons. You get on the ground. Okay, we're not kicking. None of that. Or else everybody in the crowd is gonna separate it. You might even get jumped if you break the rules. You throw them. You throw them, and just like that, issue solved.
Right.
Everybody heals up. If you want a round two,
I mean,
okay
that's what it
then.
was
Like,
when
let's
I
come
grew
to
up.
an agreement.
Well, I mean, that's the way it was when I grew up.
That
You
was
know,
just word of
I
mouth, though.
mean,
I'm saying if it was an actual book in writing made by people knowledgeable on it, and like giving you like, hey, things happen, emotions flare sometimes. Here's how to handle it, and not just like, oh
it
no,
is.
just go sit
They
down.
have plenty of
Hey,
books out there like that. People
punch,
don't follow rules. They just don't.
punch it. And one of them is called a law book.
Yeah, they have plenty of that.
And one of them is called a law book where it says unwanted touching is assault.
It's there
I
already.
mean, it can't. We just don't live in a different world, bro.
And then in some states
Yeah.
like Texas, mutual combat is allowed, but also, there's sketchy things with that. And it's like fine print, not fine print, but like little things about that, like stipulations and stuff. And who's reading law books? Like, who's reading law books? The young people, the YNs are not reading law books. So if it's like a book made by a regular person, a regular, well-respected, revered person that gets out there and people promote it on TikTok, you know what? Screw all the talking. I'll make it.
There
I'll
you
write it.
make it. So King Jesus said, "No one is stating that the deceased was raised in a broken home." Kurt, ask Uncle Kurt. What you think about that?
It's hard because I was raised in a broken home, right? I got into plenty of fights too, right? But I'll say this: I was never no aggressor, never jumped on nobody like that. It was mostly in response. So I'll say this for growing up in a broken home. A lot of times young men, because of the responsibilities you have in a broken home, you take liberties outside of the home like everybody else has the dynamic that you had. Meaning this, when I would go over my friend's house that had the mom and the dad, I couldn't be Kurt, the man of the house. I had to be the status of their children, which was an underage child under their parents' care, right? So I had times where I went to my friend's house and their parents had to sit me down and tell me, hey, you need to follow the program. We don't do that over here. And if you're going to stay the night over here, it's our rules. Can you respect that? Right? And I would say that sometimes when you're the oldest in a broken home, you boss your brother around, your mom gives you liberties, and you start to think you can police other people and boss other people around because of the dynamic where you got responsibility that should not be on you, and you're doing man things with the child mind. You take that behavior outside of your home, that's bullying. You see what I'm saying? That behavior that's tolerated at home, when it comes outside of the home, is dysfunctional, and it can lead to you or somebody else getting hurt. And unfortunately, the parents made a product up that was doomed to crumble.
Right.
They made a product that was doomed to break.
Right. King Jesus said this should teach all of us that broken homes affect all races of people. And Regina said a few minutes ago that They don't follow the rules right now. That's
But
exactly what I
that's
was saying.
spoken word of mouth rules. I'm talking about written rules specifically for the YNs. Not just
But they're
them,
not gonna
but
follow that. Wait.
anyone born after you guys' generation, but after granddad from Friday or pops from Friday, after his generation, people born after Ice Cube generation that, these make you a man. Like they need that too, because like y'all are saying, broken homes. So people do need that kind of the books and all that stuff. The rappers ain't talking about that. My ex coworker, he don't even listen to Kendrick Lamar. He was talking about Kendrick Lamar. Oh, he just put that label on Drake so he could blow up. Dude, that was last year. Kendrick has been big for over a decade. You just started listening to Kendrick Lamar because he dissed your favorite rapper. Like, people aren't listening to anything productive when it comes to that kind of stuff. And even Kendrick Lamar, even he's got even he's got toxic raps, violent raps. So
Well,
it's like,
what happened? Y'all start coming in here feeding these kids all this bullery, and that's what happened. They stopped listening to word of mouth, which is their parents. They start listening to foolery.
so how do we fix that?
You don't write books because they're not going to read them if they don't know how to read.
So how do we fix it?
You don't fix it. Just leave
You
them like
you fix it by what
Okay.
you
Gotcha.
fix
So,
it by how you raise Carter and Levi. That's how you fix it.
No, I'm just kidding with you. No, that's how you fix it though. How you raise
That's how
your
you fix it. What
how
you
y'all
didn't
YNs
do,
are raising y'all's kids. That's what y'all call yourself. I don't know why. But you can't a young person can't raise another person if they have not been raised. Like she just said, that's how it used to be. Now they smoke, drink, and do whatever these kids do now. So they're being friends with their kids. 12 and 13-year-olds are having kids right now. Who can they parent? Who can they teach anything?
nobody.
They're not even out of middle school. They have not even learned how to spell correctly. Do you know when they stop doing spelling tests is in the 2nd grade? Your mind is not even formulated enough for you to even stop learning how to spell. You barely even know how to read in the 2nd grade. Barely. In certain places.
yeah, I was about to say, speak for
Don't
yourself.
have we talking about majority. We're not talking about just you. We're talking about majority of people. They barely know how to read in the 2nd grade, and it is a true fact that they don't
Yeah.
know how to read. We have 3, 4, and 5-year-olds that don't even know how to formulate a sentence. It is a fact. It goes for our Black, Hispanics, and whites. We are in the school system. We see it every single day. We have 1st and 2nd graders that can't even formulate a sentence, let alone read. I got this little girl that wrote me a card. She's in pre-K. You know why she knows how to write and spell her name? Because she has parents that are vested in her. Pre-K. You know when I learned how to read? Before I went to school, I was 3 years old. And I knew how to write, spell, and read before I went to school. They wouldn't even let me go to pre-K because I already knew. You know who taught me that? My daddy. And my daddy didn't even know how to read. But he made sure that we knew how. Yeah, you can laugh like one, but he taught me.
I'm not laughing.
That, and my siblings learned how to read because I taught them how to read because my daddy taught me how to read. You know what I was doing in kindergarten? Splitting kindergarten and 1st grade so I can teach the 1st graders to learn how to read in the Red Bird class. I was in kindergarten, 6 years old.
Okay. I believe you, and that's very admirable.
That's how you fix it.
I'm clapping. I'm clapping for that. That's a good father right there. But I would love to know how. I would love to know how that happened. How did someone that doesn't know how to read teach someone how to read?
Because he knew enough for me to learn my ABCs, he stayed on me and made sure that I didn't drop the ball where his parents and them dropped the ball. My dad and them, their parents didn't drop the ball. They just chose not to listen.
Mm-hmm. Right. I hear you.
Yeah, he taught me how to read. My dad did. Sure did.
Already.
Made sure that I knew how. Yep.
Already.
So anything that I could have been in life, I chose not to do that. I had everything that I needed to be beyond where I'm at right now. I chose not to do that.
Mm-hmm. Same twin.
That's what's going on with these kids today. They're choosing not to listen to their parents because they want to be in the streets. That's why they all dying. They can be raised perfectly with a mama and a daddy and still choose the streets.
So that's what they mean. That this is kind of what they mean by the whole generational curse thing. Because when what did you just say? You said that you're saying they do the same thing that you did at that age. You know, you were given the tools
Right.
to be somewhere else, and you just chose differently.
Chose
Same
different.
thing, twin. Same thing, twin. And it's like, how does one break that generational curse? Because that's exactly what that is.
By going the other way. What you see everybody else is doing, you don't do that. You go the other way, which is the righteous way. But see, everybody don't want to do that nowadays because they feel like they're being called a punk, or they feel like they're being called green, like your dad had been saying. Oh, he's stupid. He this and this and that. A smart person sitting in the classroom that's making all straight A's, and he's hanging on the block, and his friends, they're not commending him for making all straight A's.
Oh no, nope,
They're not commending him for that.
nope.
So of course his mind is saying, well, dang, I'm making straight A's, but they over here doing this, this, and that. I'm gonna go this way.
It's not being validated.
No, it isn't, and it won't be. You know what I taught my kids? I taught them how to be human GPSs. I taught them how to read. My son, them, they knew how to read before they got to school. You know, my son got in the second grade and pretended like he didn't know how to read. So you know what I did? I made him stay in the second grade. I bet he got it together then. Did what you believe? If my daughter was on her right now, she would tell you how I taught them how to read. I taught them how to read before they even went to school. That's what us parents have to start back doing now. You have to start teaching your kids at home. That's where lessons are learned at, first and foremost. Because these teachers that they put in place right now, they're not wanting to be teachers. They're going to school to see which one of your little boys that they can touch on. See which one of your little girls they can put their hands up their skirt. They're not there to teach them. We don't have teachers like Mr. Germany like I had when we were growing up. Kurt, I know you got some old teachers that you had that were older teachers you weren't even thinking about looking at because they didn't wear mini skirts.
No, and they acted like grown-ups. They wasn't trying to be your friend. They were instructing you.
Exactly.
On how to be a better adult. You don't get that. Hey, you ain't supposed to be happy to see your teacher every day.
Exactly.
Because they're supposed to be challenging you
in
more ways than one.
I liked being challenged. I really, really, really liked my geometry class and my English 2 class. I have them on Facebook. Miss Saldivar, she's married now, so it's like something else. She might have kept her maiden name, but I don't think so. But Miss Saldivar and Mr. Lopez, I loved going to those classes. Mr. Lopez liked me so much. He always had me and her name was Markeisha Willis. I have her on Facebook also. He was like, out of your class, Harold, you and Markeisha, y'all are the 1 and 2. It's always either you 1 and she's 2, or she's 1 and you're 2. It's always going back and forth. But both of y'all are like the best writers in the school. And he was saying, like, he was really motivating, and like he let me borrow books from his library, his bookshelf. I mean, like some of the books that I've come to love came from his bookshelf, like Running with Scissors, the autobiography, and the other one, 1984, Big Brother is Watching by George Orwell. Those are some of my favorite
I read
books.
Running with Scissors. Oh, I don't forgot what that book is even about.
Running with Scissors. I forgot most of it too, but that book is
That's a
really
good book.
good.
That was a good read.
Yeah, it's a really good book.
And that's what we got to start back doing too. We start normalizing that reading is fun to our kids.
Yeah.
Start doing that. Push a book in front of them every second. Don't push no computer or tablet or TV in front of them. Push a book in front of them and make it fun. Get in there and get animated so the little word of imagination can capture them. That's what I used to do when I used to read books. I still do it. When I read my books, I leave this place and just go into that book.
You ain't lying.
Yeah,
You trying to live the Cartel series.
Ashley
Internet.
Whatever book I read, I'm in that character.
And Jaquavius.
Dang, like I wonder what she said. Like that book Kurt sent us. That book is good.
It is.
I need the second part to that book. Look, y'all tell King Jesus to get off of here being a
can't read. On me. Can't read.
Look.
Hey, I didn't want to say it, but
look, let me show you what he said. He said you use big Crayolas.
Yeah, for real.
You know, gonna co-sign talking about in pencils. And they out here being trolls, yo. But
yeah, and another
normalizing reading is fun, man. That's what I tell those little kids on the bus.
Another topic that we haven't brought up, that we brought up one time, but we never made a video specifically about it, was how it seems like a pseudo trend almost. It's a lot of the whole women, specifically our women, unfortunately, not wanting, like, having a bad relationship with the father of their children and then separating the kids from them. And I'm talking about the young ones. I'm not talking about like y'all's generation or nothing. I'm talking about the young ones. And that ends up affecting the children, not because like, oh, like, the father might be a genuinely bad person, but even the ones that aren't bad people, they let their feelings, they let that get in the way, and then like that takes away a whole lot of the growth that the children could possibly get from, like you said, teaching them how to read before school and stuff like that. Like if you're a single parent, how are you going to juggle everything? You're setting yourself up to be overwhelmed and overstimulated and stressed and all that. No, it's supposed to be two people. It takes two to tango. That child has two parents. So don't let your feelings get in the way of that child. Like the child is innocent.
Right.
Like do what you can for that child. But that's a whole nother video that we got to get into.
No, but it's a worthy, like, it needs to be a show dedicated to that, because that's the ground that these seeds are being planted on, and we're seeing the fruit, and the fruit is rotten.
It's rotten.
Oh my goodness.
Gina said mine had to read the encyclopedia and she still got them. I remember she made her kids read the encyclopedia and she still got them.
Yeah.
Who's Miss Easter?
That's my sister.
Oh, okay.
House, from what I'm saying, she know what household we was raised in, baby. And we had a broken household. My daddy was in and out. He wasn't a constant daddy all the time, but you know what I'm saying? Like he always made sure we saw him every single day. We could go down the street, around the corner, up the road, and into the trailer park. We knew where he was, but he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But he made sure. Well, he was our disciplinarian. My mama was not our disciplinarian. We were scared of my daddy. I didn't care. I don't care where he was. We were scared of that man. Am I right, Regina? We were scared of that man.
He made sure his presence was felt.
Yes, you better make sure. You better know he was on time, baby. And he didn't care about swinging that strap. He didn't care. I'm telling you, we knew. Everybody knew Robert Wary. Do you understand? People did not mess with his kids, and nobody else outside of our house got to discipline us. And if my uncle them had to say something to us, he would not check them in front of us. He would say something to us first, but he would also go back and let them know. You don't even take care of your own kids, so don't say nothing to mine. You're not even in your own kids' house, so don't say nothing to mine. But he didn't do that in front of us, but we knew he done it because we would hear them talking. They would talk about our daddy in front of us. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make him out to be a bad guy. So in turn, you know what we did? We would talk lip to them. You know, we would tell them, I bet you won't tell our daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like we would talk lip to them. We would. Always my mama's people that would do that. My uncle and them, because they didn't like my daddy, but none of them stepped to him. But my daddy's brothers, my Uncle Wee Wee, I'm telling you, that's our second daddy. My Uncle Wee Wee took care of us. He made sure we had everything we needed. There was nothing that we didn't need. We worked for him in order to get what we needed, but he paid us. He made sure we didn't work for him for free. But my Uncle Larry, he couldn't step foot nowhere around us without getting beat up. Because he didn't take care of his own kids. But I'm just saying, my daddy made sure we knew that he was our disciplinarian, nobody else, and we were scared of him, as we supposed to be. He was our dad.
That's good old God. That's what you call the fear of God.
Look, let me show y'all. Look and see what Dino say. We can hear him coming a mile away. Look, we be trying to get it together. We see them lights coming down that street. We be like, hey, here come daddy. Everybody getting it together. Even our cousins, when they came and stayed with us, baby, they knew daddy did not play. And he'll whoop them too. I remember my cousins got caught back there in the room with them boys. I had already told her, I said, girl, you better not get caught back there with them boys. Baby, daddy come in that house. Nobody heard him coming in there. Baby, he come in that house. I was already in my room. All I heard was belt swinging. Oh, yeah, now, look. Y'all see that? See, now my daddy wouldn't say nothing to my granddaddy. He respected Big Daddy, and Big Daddy respected him. They both respected each other, but now they didn't bump heads because Big Daddy, my granddad was a shooting fool. Everybody respected him. I'm just telling you the branches we come from. We chose the direction that we chose, because we were raised properly.
I do think that I don't think that we'll be better. I think that in the long run we'll be better off segregated, but it won't be like that at the beginning.
Okay, y'all got that? Yeah. Question.
Yeah, I think
will we be better off segregated again?
I think in the long run, I think that it would be initially meant for with ill intent, and then it'll end up flipping, of course, as it always does, It'll end up flipping for the betterment of most likely us.
Right.
Yeah.
We need that, and that's going to start what you just said a while ago. What can we do to bridge that gap to change all of this? Our YNs, as y'all call them, once they start getting on that path and start seeing that their constituents are following the older people, they're gonna all follow because they bandwagon. They do. And monkey see, monkey do. That's just what they do.
And them books will be way more focused. They'll start reading those books.
Yeah.
Because like the like in the schools right now, like the educated black girls, the educated ones, the ones that are like, reading and stuff like that, they are watered down because there's so much other stuff going around. If it's focused on just the POCs in a school, then they will get a shine. The educated, the bookworm, little black girls, and I'm specifically saying girls because they're the ones that
controlling it. That's right.
Yeah, they're like, once you see them and what they're interested in, then the guys will definitely follow.
And so if they stop, like King Jesus said a while ago, the girls are flocking to the badder boys. They want the bad boys. If they stop flocking to these bad boys and start going back to the nerds, the bad boys will get it together because they won't have nobody to punch them.
Yeah.
And King Jesus said, can black people work together to even do that? Y'all see with the Carmelo Anthony stuff, everybody on social media, black, was banding together. That's how that boy got his bond reduction. They all pulled together, and because of that, a change came. Now,
They don't want to segregate us. They don't want to do that.
can we continue forward in that? I don't know, because we got a channel that we invite people on. They can come on here and talk and be free to say what they want to say, and they don't even want to support us because we black and they looking at our pockets. We ain't getting paid for this.
Yeah.
But even if we were, that's none of your business. We're trying to give you an outlet to be able to come and voice your opinions, and we all band together and we help you. Maybe you want to build your channel and we continue to do like that. That's working together as a black community. So not one fall, we all grow. You know what I'm saying? That's what we built this channel for. We didn't build it because we looking at pockets to get fat. We've been on here 2 years and no, we don't get paid.
They don't want to segregate us.
No, they don't want to do that because they scared. They already scared. They don't want to do that.
Yeah,
now.
they do not want to do that.
Well, here's the thing about that. Let me interject one thing. What's Detroit, Jackson, Mississippi, parts of New York, parts of Atlanta, where we're all at, even black wealth? Our water is poisoned wherever we're isolated. Our property values are played with, so we'll never be able to get out of that financial situation.
Mm-hmm.
So although segregation does have its benefits, right now at this particular time, I wouldn't want to be isolated because it'll give them the opportunity to deny us life-saving medical attention, close medical clinics, to isolate our medical care, and inflict poison water.
But see,
it ain't no
that's the
Go
thing.
Look at Detroit.
It's different.
Go
it's
look
different.
at Jackson, Mississippi.
It's
not different.
It's different from back then. We have
back then. I'm talking about now.
We have a different level of communication possibilities now. The technology that we have, the knowledge we have, I'm holding right here. This is like so much information right here, worldwide information right here. And that's just talking about the cellular devices. I'm talking like if we are educating ourselves to the point where we can handle that kind of stuff ourselves. We're not worried about, dude, I guarantee you within 6 to 12 months, if something like that happened, there would be a TikTok or something posted saying, hey, this is how to avoid the water. This is how to purify your water. And everybody will learn that and we'll be fine. We would be able to survive. They would have to take guerrilla warfare tactics to take down the community if they within a year of segregation, after that 12-month period, once people start calming down and realizing what it is and start banding together, they would have to resort to guerrilla warfare tactics straight up, bringing their crash outs to our schools and do what that young man did on a mass scale. It would have to resort to that. And then with unity, the retaliation will be insane. And I am not condoning that. But I'm saying to answer the question from earlier, it would be better for us in the long run. And people have been talking about that on TikTok too. Like, bring that back. Stop peeking over the fence. Stop peeking over the fence. And honestly, like, just with this conversation alone, I'm kind of sold. I also saw a video today saying that the man with the mustache, with the little mustache like that, maybe he was on to something. No, I'm not trying to go all Kanye, but the man with the mustache, the German man with the mustache.
Einstein.
No, the German man with the mustache.
Oh yeah.
His name rhymes with Pitler.
Yeah.
Yeah. He might have been on to something, but that's another topic for another day. And I don't
He's saying
want.
that we're actually the real people, not the people he unalive.
I get it.
He's saying
Okay.
we the real.
Yeah,
He
I
said
get it.
that. He
King
said
Jesus said we may kill each other even more if we are policing ourselves.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, initially, because we're already doing it so much right now, that's going to start dying down. I genuinely think that will start wading away because it's already happening so much right now. If it does go Mad Max and start getting crazy initially, eventually it'll start dying down because the gang culture will get back to what they initially represented anyway.
Well, we should hope, but all it takes is one stooge to plant a seed for black people to feed off of it. Like with the Carmelo Anthony thing, they took he brought a knife to school and they just ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
They without even having the facts. That's what happened. That's what they did to what's the one that they ate? The slave guy. What's his name? Huh?
You talking about Nat Turner?
Yeah, that's what they did to Nat Turner. They penetrated in these slaves' head that Nat Turner was out to get them because he had unalived the ones that were snitching and running their mouths in order to get the ones that really wanted to be free. So they planted the seed of doubt. That's all they need to do to us these days because our minds is this small.
It's continuous, right?
Yeah, very.
It's continuous.
Very. That's all they need to do is plant that seed of doubt.
As long as they can buy 2 or 3 of us.
That's it. Because we're gonna always have a monkey on the fence.
Boy.
We're always gonna have one of them, guaranteed.
We're always gonna have a Bojangles, Sambo, sellout.
That's how they got rid of all of our people, and then the ones that the swinging on that fence, they get rid of them too. You never hear or see anything else about it. How do you think they got a hold to Malcolm X? One of the monkeys swinging on the fence. You know what they did to him? The same day Malcolm X died, they went right to Africa and got him too, so he couldn't talk. They clean their trash up. They always do that. You know, they little y'all probably don't watch Fred Sanford, but Fred Sanford Lamont bought some ceramics to the house, and Fred Sanford broke the ceramics and hid it in the refrigerator. And he claimed that they got broke in. Everybody joined in. They gave him a certificate and everything. Lamont was transferring that refrigerator to go throw it out, and he found the broken ceramics. That's all they need. You know what I'm saying? They clean up their mess. They hide it for a little bit, and then the story comes back out. The truth comes out. That's how we know the history, because they couldn't hide it that well.
Right.
Because somebody else they told still knew the story, and they kept passing it along. You get what I'm saying? But King Jesus said there is not enough black men or women that will work together to make this succeed.
Too much distractions.
Too much.
Too much distractions with integration.
Yeah.
In the schools, man. In this one video, y'all done convinced me that we should do segregation.
We the people. We the people.
Yeah, we the people.
We the people.
Oh man.
I mean, it could work if more people thought like we do, but they don't. So
I genuinely believe that if they did that, things would get flipped. They don't want to do that. Things would flip.
Let me tell y'all what I was thinking. If we all got together, like I passed down through this, I'm in the deep country dropping these kids off. I passed by these people, they're about to build a house. And where they're about to build a house at is nothing but woods. So, they got to cut down everything in order to get their house built. If we started putting money into a pot, everybody put money into a pot and go buy over 100 to 200 acres and take our whole group of family and say, y'all build here. We get a store, we get everything that we need there. people gonna supply because they want that money.
Yep.
That's what our people used to do back then. And then they came in and they stole it all.
And burned it down.
Burned it down, killed them. Do you know Galveston? The beach there in Galveston is built on dead bodies.
Yeah.
Atlanta is drowned out. There's everywhere. Oklahoma, everywhere, Arkansas, everywhere that you see nice buildings and different things. Trust me, our people are underneath that stuff.
Yep.
Because we stole it. Even here, we drive through these places and see this stuff, but here they didn't have the sense enough to tear it down. They still got it grip.
They're proud of it. That's because they're proud of it.
Thank you. They wear it like a medal of honor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I just said, baby. Oklahoma, Black Wall Street in Tulsa. They had everything they needed there. They didn't have to go outside of that town for nothing, to ask white people for nothing. Like you said, Punchy, they knew how to conserve their water. They knew how to clean this. They knew how to do that. You know what I'm saying? They knew their brains wasn't that small. Slavery taught them how to do that because they had to all get together in order to be free.
Yep.
So banding together, they saw that change came. But if you came in there to try to infiltrate what they had going on, you had to go. They got rid of you. They probably cooked you up and fed you to the hogs.
Yep.
Then white people didn't care what they did to each other. They just didn't want you coming over there bothering them.
Hey, and here's the thing about it. One of my friends, him and his mom are history teachers, right? And they're from Oklahoma. They're indigenous. They told me that the day that happened in Tulsa, it happened to every black town. They tried to take everything that same day.
I just named it.
No isolated thing.
Everywhere, Arkansas, everywhere.
They did it everywhere, all across the nation.
Everywhere.
It was a planned, coordinated attack
by the President of the United States. He signed off on it. Lyndon B. Johnson. 635 named after Lyndon B. Johnson. What happened on 635 all the time? It's the worst expressway in Dallas. Named by the worst president in the world. And y'all know Trump say, let's get that back. He signed off on the Lyndon B. Johnson thing that he had signed off on. Yeah. We
getting ready to, like, everybody just, it ain't our problem no more. What's going on in the government? Like, I'm telling you too, I don't care what protest it is, black folks, keep your behind out them streets.
Stay at home.
Because the minute we get out in numbers, he gonna declare martial law, and that's gonna be the excuse to jail as many of us as they can. And hey, be dumb if you want to, and you end up in El Salvador somewhere.
Yep, because Punchy, did you just see that they gave him the go-ahead to take off birthrights to people that are not United States citizens? There is no more birthright. If you're a Mexican and you had a baby over here and you were illegal, your kid and you both got to go.
Dang.
Yep.
Look, wait a minute.
Hey, I was born right here.
He played too much. But yeah, I mean, I said, well, how could they do that? But he going back to the Declaration of Independence. Took away the birthright. If you were illegal over here and you had your kid over here, they took it away. They deported that man. Still ain't brought that man back.
Yeah. Hey, and that's just who we heard about.
But you know Man, they like rock ballers out there.
Hey, I got news for you. Some of you Negroes that look like them El Salvadorians and Hondurans and all that, you better have your driver's license on you.
Panamanians, look, they on our radio every day. Go get your real ID.
Yep.
Every day. It's got to be done by Monday because guess what the base is doing? Closing it. You cannot come in there. They will not let us in. They don't care about us driving. You don't have that stamp on your ID ain't shining like the rest of you ain't coming in here.
Yep. Oklahoma got it. Like we got it before May 15th. We got to go get ours.
Baby, here Monday is your deadline.
See? Ours is 15th.
It ain't done by Monday, you out of there.
Yeah.
He deports people, do you hear me, by the numbers.
What are you talking about?
Your real ID. What does your ID look like? Does it shine? Does it have all them different reflectors and different things on there?
I think so.
Huh?
It's like a regular ID.
No,
you gotta have. You gotta start. Yes,
we gotta have what?
ID redone because it's gotta say real ID.
Yeah, or you can't fly. It's
can't
certain
do
shit
nothing.
you ain't gonna be able to do.
You can't do anything. And then I'm gonna tell you another thing. You won't be able to cash your checks. You won't be able to buy alcohol. You won't be able to buy. You won't be able to do nothing in America.
Is federally regulated. You won't be able to.
Federal. It's a federal thing. You have to do it. You have to go get it done. So you need to check your ID, brother.
Yep.
What's the difference? Like what? Yeah, like when you get a state ID, you have to get another state ID or what?
Yeah, no, like I got a driver's license. It don't expire till 2027. But I have to have the real ID now, which will include my driver's license code. Right. But in order to do anything, have a bank account, anything that's federally insured.
Yep.
What does real ID mean?
And it's $38 more too.
Something at the anything that you think that you're free to do in America, that's what real ID means.
Get on the plane,
do it if you don't.
Bus. Yeah.
I don't get like a regular ID that like you put in your wallet.
Yes.
Okay, so
just Google is Texas required to have a real ID. That's all you got.
What's a fake ID?
What you got now, if it don't say real ID, it's considered to be fake. It won't be no longer in you.
Hold on, I don't know what y'all talking about. Let me grab my ID.
Mine in the car. I can't even show you what I'm talking about.
I'm got
all this pretty different. It's for real. So on the checks, like you can rub your thumb across in order to make
a watermark.
Watermark. Yeah, so that's what a real ID is. It's a watermark. But here it's everywhere. It's got everything.
Well, talking about this?
Washington D.C. Yeah, so
like that kind of ID.
Yeah, like you got that reflector down at the bottom.
Yeah,
you got it.
Right. Okay. So an ID. Okay, an ID.
No, it's not.
It's not just an ID. It's he don't understand. You can't explain.
I don't. I'm lost.
Because you don't want to, but it's simple. You got the right one because you just got one. Those of us who when did you get your ID?
Yeah.
Huh?
When did you get that ID? When was it issued?
I've had an ID like my entire adult life.
When did you get
that ID?
That ID, I just got that ID like a month ago. But I'm saying like,
come on.
But the IDs I had before weren't real IDs.
Their vote no longer valid. Are you listening? You can't use them.
What's the difference in them?
Oh my God.
Because like all my IDs have always had the little thing at the bottom, the little reflecting thing, those things.
They're gonna say real ID. The one that we're talking about is federal. The one you've been had is state.
Okay.
Yeah. We already explained to you that you won't be able to do anything that you normalize as free to do in America with an old ID. You got that part?
I got that.
The new ID says that you're free to move around like you want to because you're an American citizen. Do you understand that much?
Yeah, I just don't understand what the difference is between the IDs that I used to get like 5, 10 years ago. I mean, I know the design changed, but the design changed like 5 years ago.
No, that ain't what we talking about. We talking about now. You just know you got a real ID. You good. You ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Okay.
Poor thing.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all hit him out, Jesus. Say.
Hey, it says this. It's an identification card that meets specific federal security standards under the Real ID Act. It's designated to be a more secure form of identification, is required for certain purposes, including boarding domestic flights and accessing certain federal facilities.
I.e., if you need a bank account, anything the feds got their hands in, you better have that ID, bro. That's what we telling you. I'm just you won't be able to do nothing to deal with the military base. None of that. They ain't having it. You're not coming there. They lock it. It's lockdown time. So yeah. But y'all ain't dealing with no military bases there. But yeah, and still make sure you got your real ID.
So what about my? No, I'm playing.
Yeah, and you laughing though, for real. That's next. They gonna change. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have something to do with that. We gonna have to get that tatted on our skin next.
Mark of the beast, baby.
Yeah, I ain't taking no mark.
Yeah, but that's what they did to to them people.
Yeah, I know.
Holocaust.
Hey, believe me, it's a whole nother subject, but
I already know we ain't got time tonight. I know we ain't got time tonight, but next ASK UNK CURT, we gonna get down and dirty.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough conversation, but that biblical prophecy is happening right in front of your face.
Yeah.
All the deniers out there.
King Jesus said that ain't going to float. Not enough people will have that ID, the mark of the beast. Yep. That's what it is. This is the beginning of that mark of the beast. And like the social security number that we just showed, that's next. They gonna try to tat it on us, brand it on us in different places with a, like the store code, like you have to scan across the store. You know what I'm saying? Mark. Yeah, they gonna try it.
Yep. Hey, and think about this. We don't know how God's looking at it. What else has a chip in it that we hold up to our head and we have in our hands all the time?
The phone, honey. That's how they know your every location. That's how they understand they hear everything.
We buy with it. We sell with it.
They hear everything we talk about.
With it.
Yeah, I really want $1 million.
Nothing is private. Our life is never private. We don't have privacy.
Man, we could be talking about, like, in the front room, talk about a movie. Right? You'll look up on your For You on YouTube. It'll be a preview for it, right?
Yes, every time. But them Africans getting smart, so they telling you how to go in there and turn that stuff off. So that's what I did to our phones. I turned all that stuff off.
Yeah, man.
Punchy probably don't never remember because he probably didn't have a grandma old enough to do that. But in my great grandma's house, all of her TVs and mirrors and stuff used to be covered.
Yeah.
Or turned facing the wall.
Yeah, because people didn't think. Hey, and the TV stand used to turn all the way around.
Yes, we had one of them. And if that TV went out, she put that little one on top, baby, where you had to turn both knobs to get the stuff that you need. But they didn't talk with their TVs and stuff on. They always had them covered and stuff.
Some of them had little curtains they pull across the TV.
Better know it. Yeah.
There's this show called Silo on Apple TV. You seen that, Kurt?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Yeah. They when it I don't want to spoil it, but when it starts heating up, like they eventually find out they're being watched through the mirrors and like stuff like that. And they start covering their mirrors and
spoiler alert.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna that is kind of a spoiler, but it's more of a it's not a heavy spoiler.
Hey, that shows a trip.
Yeah.
Y'all hit the AM radio in 1999. We sure did.
I used to listen to Radio Disney all the time. That was great.
Yeah,
Have you seen
radio.
have y'all seen Severance?
No.
Oh, that's my favorite show ever.
Baby, come sign us out. Huh? Y'all, we've been on here an hour and 19 minutes. We think we had some viewers on here. We thank y'all for the conversation.
Yeah, thank y'all.
This was really, really. At first, man, Punchy was bombing. Punchy, we're not good hosts.
I didn't even know the story.
Yeah,
we
y'all. We was trying to look. I was sitting over here like, Harry,
man, I was trying to get here too. I was like,
hey, I didn't know what we were talking about. I didn't know nothing. I'm freestyling.
Like, and when I tried to get on, the computer gonna update itself. Like soon as I said, don't turn computer off. I was like,
yeah. But man, I was like, hurry up, Kirk. Dang.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Man, you popped in, the whole spirit changed.
Yeah.
Much didn't know what we was doing. And then King Jesus leave us out to dry. He just let us.
Well, what about the boycott of Walmart?
Oh, yeah, the DEI.
I really don't.
Yeah, see, I didn't know none of the stories we were going to talk about today.
Baby still go to Walmart. Y'all, we go to Walmart.
Yeah, hey man. I mean, that'd be next week we kind of hit that, but I do want to see what develops in the Carmelo Anthony case.
Yeah, I wanted to show that his mom and them spoke out. We'll follow up again with that next week. So I'm sure they're gonna have more on that. But I mean, it's just a touchy subject. It's really touchy because my heart goes out and it breaks for them. And my heart goes out to the boy who, lost his life too. But in that sense, we've always grew up on our playground. You keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah. Or how about this? If you're gonna jump on somebody, be aware that they might have something to get you off of them.
Yeah, that's
hey,
it.
Straight up.
And I'm gonna tell you,
I grew up with carried a pocket knife.
Yep, because
even the girls,
granddaddies used to give us them little ones with
them
little ones. Yeah, that stuff like that. But I'm just saying, for Carmelo Anthony and his family, they have really been real quiet and they've been trying to keep it together. They have a real old-fashioned lifestyle. The daddy is the worker, the mom is at home. Like, I really cut for that family, to how he's being raised and stuff. And then, y'all, they had this one little white girl on the news. Well, I really didn't really know him for anything. Like, he used to fight a lot. First of all, little girl, that's a lie, because if he used to fight, how can he be the captain of his football team and his track team? Those two things don't run together.
You don't get that with being.
If you're getting in trouble, you are not going to be the captain of anything. You're going to be off the team. So that was a lie in itself. Stop doing that. The media is just so trolling and stupid and just trying to paint this narrative. That's what I was saying. They throw a bone out there and people just jump on it, But I thank God for how we all have pulled together to help this particular family. So y'all just keep banning for him, keep praying for him, and I pray that the outcome for this young man is great. We pray for the will of God in the situation, not our will, but His will. Let it be done. That's my prayer for them. And I pray that no malice is in the heart of the family who lost their child, because if you cannot see God's direction, you're going to be in the midst of His correction. You've already been in the midst of it by losing your son, because he's out there being animalistic because of the way he's been taught.
I agree.
So I'm just saying, y'all, we all got to learn from that. It doesn't matter if you black or white. Everybody should learn a lesson from this case. Everybody should.
And on that note, I got a tinkle, so I think that it's on me to sign us out this time. And so all these situations, we crying out. I'm about to sign out. We're gonna be putting a time out, but
we remove you. Look, You've been putting us out. Go ahead, Chris. Cut us out. We are not listening to this foolishness.
Hey, y'all, thanks for being on board. We're going to see y'all next week on Ask Uncle Kurt. But please tune in to the Ragsdale channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Till the next time, peace out.
Okay, one more thing. Punchy said something about family fight night for WNBA. We're going to make that happen Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Ooh, sounds good. Sounds good.
WNBA.
Sounds good.
Be looking for it. Peace out.
All right.
All right,
y'all.
All right.